Good afternoon everyone and welcome to our presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. As you can see on the screen, our today's topic is about world's first artificial womb facility concept. In this presentation we'll discuss about synthetic womb, and then we'll look at Ecto-Life, designed by biotechnologist and science communicator Hashim Al-Ghaili. Then we will discuss other topic including process, application, advantages and disadvantages etc. So what is synthetic womb? The main highlights of Hashim Al-Ghaili Ecto-Life concept is it will be powered by renewable energy, mostly sun and wind energy. The next most important highlights of this facility is that it will allow your baby to develop in an infection-free environment and provides conditions similar to those exists inside the mother's womb. And the 3rd most important highlight is that we can incubate up to 30,000 babies per year. After the previous slide, a question comes to our mind that why we need this artificial womb. If we look at the society in much details, it will be understood that the main reason for this. See, in the society there are many women who have no uterus due to surgery. They can also become mothers after this facility. Also, some facts are really shocking. Once you look at the WHO reports and newspapers you will understand. This is not an ideal society, where only women have to suffer all the pains of pregnancy. Ecto-Life will give you all those opportunities to change this thing in the future. Now we focus on the main part of our today's presentation. The artificial womb procedure. Each growth pod has a 360-degree camera that will transfer your baby's development data to you by a mobile app. Not only that, the growth pod has 3 types of sensors attached to it. One bioimpedance sensor to monitor baby's muscle mass ratio and water level. 2D electrocardiogram to monitor baby's heart rate, and finally photoplethysmography to monitor baby's oxygen level. If there is a problem, the AI scanner will scan the whole body to detect the defect and find out the cause of the defect and later find out the genetic cause of the defect. Now comes to the special features of this Ecto-Life artificial womb technology. First comes the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing tool, where you can change up to 300 genes. For example, you can change the characteristics of the child's skin color, hair color, eye color, height, physical strength, etc. Now coming to the 2D most important feature. With the help of Ecto-Life, your whole family can experience the feeling of motherhood through a wireless haptic suite. The feeling of a baby kicking in the womb. This will enhance your baby's bond with your family. This is a special feature for a woman who has had her uterus surgically removed, a life-changing experience for her. Here we are talking only about genetic diseases, because there can be no infectious diseases occurred in this facility. Because Ecto-Life gives your baby an infection-free environment. Now coming to the most important topic, which is nutrition for proper development of baby. See in the video each growth pod attached to the 2-center bioreactor. One is the nutrient tank and the other is the waste management tank. The first nutrient tank, connected by the artificial umbilical cord to supply nutrients and oxygen, also supplies a liquid solution that acts as amniotic fluid. A 2D bioreactor collects the baby's waste through that artificial umbilical cord. Waste products are also recycled into the nutrient solution by enzymatic action. Thus it ensures stable and sustainable supply of fresh nutrients. It may sound very simple, but there may be some complications while providing nutrients. The main concern of Ecto-Life is to maintain the correct ratio of certain nutrients for proper development of the fetus. If the level of either nutrient becomes high, it can cause toxicity in the fetus. For example, if the amount of folic acid increases, it can inhibit the oxygen carrying capacity of RBC and impair the cognitive function of the brain. The 2D concern is about the oxygen supply through the tank. Oxygen is a gas molecule that does not dissolve easily in liquids. More weight, more pressure, more dissolution. You may see a problem if the nutrient tank becomes empty, as the liquid pressure on the oxygen molecules will drop and the oxygen will turn into gas. If the amount of dissolved oxygen in the nutrients is low, the baby may have difficulty in breathing. This Ecto-Life is an innovative concept in the modern world. But you can say that it is not possible to implement it in future. Just wait a second, our next slide is about this question. There are 3 main studies we are highlighting here. The first one is IVF, in vitro fertilization. The second is Jacob Hanna's 7-year research on mice, and the last is Dr. Emily Partridge premature lamb kept alive in plastic bag. Nature Communications. Now look into the animated video. This is Dr. Jacob Hanna. And this is his artificial womb for mice. You definitely see the heartbeat, and the head, and the legs. Follow the pointer. Dr. Hanna and his team have done something that no one has done before. His studies show that you can grow mouse embryos until what's called the blastocyst, outside the uterus. Nothing new, we have been growing human embryos to this early stage since the 1970s. It's the basis of IVF, where doctors remove eggs from a person's ovary, fertilize them with sperm in a lab, and then place the embryo back into the uterus. But Dr. Hanna team focusing on the next phase, when nearly all organs are formed. They wanted to know, is it possible to do outside of uterus? It's always thought that the uterus is absolutely essential for induce the shape and correct formation of these organs. But they proved once in time that yes, critical part of mammal development can happen in artificial environment. What about this heading? Now we are close to artificial womb. This study cover a small part of fetal development. Their other study published in Nature Communication, the growth of premature lamb in plastic bag. They look into about 2/3 of the pregnancy and grew it outside. But this slow movements of science can be one step towards the artificial womb of human embryo. After few weeks it may happen that joining of these pieces together can be the ultimate result that we wanted to see. Now coming to the application part. The main application of this system is to transfer natural uterus to artificial uterus. Besides, it will be possible to develop super baby inside it, which is the most important application of this facility. Other applications you can see in the slide. Everything comes with some advantages and disadvantages. This is no exception. Ecto-Life has imaginary advantages and disadvantages. First, coming to the benefits and the highlights of the first slide, we all got to see the rate of premature infant mortality, which will be drastically reduced by this facility. This facility allows same-sex parents to adopt their own child without hiring a surrogate. This can end the concept of abortion. Not only that, it will also help to bring equality between men and women in the society. Now coming to the disadvantages. The main disadvantage is that not much research has been done on this subject so far. Also, you can see in the slide that in this system the mother's milk may not be produced because in this case the mother will not get any trigger from the baby, so the mother may lose her ability to breastfeed. Normal reproductive tendencies in the society may decrease. The natural bond between mother and child may also decrease. Apart from that, some cultural and religious beliefs can make this unethical. These are some of the notable features of Ecto-Life, where we can learn more about embryogenesis. It can also become a life-saving feature where we can artificially grow organs for transplantation. It also helps the preterm babies to survive. These are some of the references that we used to making our presentation. My team and I are very grateful to our principal ma'am and all the faculty of Zoology Department of BKC College for giving us the opportunity to present this presentation under their guidance and supervision. Thank you.